Jeremy Fowler, ESPN, had an article on Russell Wilson to the Raiders for a variety of reasons. I don't think you'd make that move if I'm Tom Telesco. One of the reasons he got in trouble was some bad.
What's up, Raider Nation? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to this channel and you would like to support the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that bell so you're notified every time I come out with brand new content. And also, leave me a comment. I'll definitely respond to you guys. And one last thing, can you please like this video? The last few videos, we've been really killing it, getting a lot of these videos over 100 likes. Well, now I want to set a new goal. Let's try to get this video over 200 likes, guys. And before we get started with today's video, you know, the championship games are this weekend. We got the AFC Championship and the NFC Championship. And I'm going to give you guys my picks for both games. I'm not going to get into detail why I'm picking these teams. I'm just going to make my picks. For the AFC game, I'm taking the Ravens over the Chiefs. And as far as the NFC goes, I think the Niners are going to win, but I want the Lions to win. So give me the Lions with an upset over the Niners. Well, Raider Nation, the offseason is already approaching and there's big names circulating the Raiders. One big name in particular is Russell Wilson. There are some reports circulating around the NFL world that the Raiders might be an interesting landing spot for Russell Wilson. That is, if the Broncos decide to release him. And all signs are pointing towards that way. The Broncos are going to have to eat a dead cap of $60 million against the cap this year. So, you know, they're making a very big decision on just releasing him. You know, they're going to eat up a lot of his money. Not to say that, hey, is he going to require a big contract for his new team? Well, quite frankly, I don't think it matters, guys. I think his value has dropped significantly on how terrible he's played the last 2 years. And quite frankly, I don't want him near my organization. You know, our Raiders are trending in the right direction. You know, we finally have a purpose. We finally have an identity as the Raiders. And I would definitely not want Russell Wilson. He does not fit on what we're trying to build here. He's not that team-friendly player. You know, there's plenty of reports that have came out since when he was with the Seattle Seahawks. Richard Sherman said a few stories about how he was never a team player. He would never attend team get-togethers of that sort. So I would definitely stay away from him. You know, he's way past his prime. Yes, I know he's in his mid-30s, but he plans to play till he's in his mid-40s like Tom Brady did. But I just don't see him doing that. He's definitely regressed in the last 2 years since he went from Seattle to Denver. He just doesn't fit what the Raiders are trying to build right now. Right now, we have 3 quarterbacks on our roster. And I truly believe for us to end up with one by the time the draft begins. You know, I believe we're going to release Jimmy Garoppolo and Brian Hoyer. So that's something that the Raiders are willing to live with. You know, paying a quarterback that's never going to see the field. As far as Brian Hoyer, well, Brian Hoyer and all these ex-Patriots that we brought, I could see them all leaving. Except a guy like Jacoby Myers. You know, the Brandon Boldens of the world, the Brian Hoyers. I can't name all the countless offensive linemen that we brought from New England that just didn't pan out. But I don't expect any of these guys to remain Raiders. You know, as far as the coaching staff, Antonio Pierce has already started releasing expatriate coaches. You know, some of these guys have already gotten jobs at other places. You know, one name to be kept is Danny Amendola, the wide receivers and special teams coach. You know, I'm okay with that. But as far as a lot of these expatriates, I want them the hell out of here. I want that expatriate way the hell out of Vegas. That didn't belong in Vegas. That definitely didn't go with our team. And as far as Russell Wilson goes, you know, like I said, he's damaged goods. You know, for Sean Payton to go out on national television and completely embarrass Russell Wilson in front of the whole world, I think that was very disrespectful on Sean Payton's part, and it speaks volumes on Russell Wilson. How could he have dropped this far from being a Super Bowl champion, you know, to being the mockery of the Denver Broncos. Wow, has he fallen so far so fast. Just 2 years ago, there was a bidding war on which team would acquire Russell Wilson. Now it seems like there's a very small market for the guy. So, like I've been saying, guys, our Raiders are headed in the right direction. We're getting players that fit the Raider mold. And I don't see Russell Wilson fitting with the Raiders whatsoever. We haven't even signed our offensive coordinator yet, but it seems like we want a coordinator that it runs the ball a lot, has a quarterback that's mobile, that has a great arm, that is willing to run when it needs be. The NFL is changing. It's not the typical pocket passer anymore. The Aiden O'Connells of the world, the Tom Brady's of the world, the Brock Purdy's of the world are the last of a dying breed. We're now going into the mobile quarterback era. And I believe the Raiders need to go get their mobile quarterback. It's imperative that the Raiders move up this year in the draft and select a top quarterback. If we want to compete with the rest of the AFC West, with the Andy Reids of the world, with the Sean Paynes, with the Jim Harbaughs now in Los Angeles, we have to go get our quarterback that can be able to compete against these three coaches. I believe we already have the defense. Now we're just missing the missing piece on offense, and that's the quarterback position. So for me, it's a blame hell to the no on Russell Wilson. That's why I decided to wear my Jim Otto jersey, because I believe there's a 0% chance that Russell Wilson ends up in Las Vegas with the Raiders. He just doesn't fit what we're trying to build here. He's an aging quarterback. I believe we want to go young. We want to start fresh with the quarterback on a rookie contract so we could really put the best pieces around him, the best defense around him. And like I said in my last video, guys, I believe the Raiders are going to release Hunter Renfrow and keep that money and pay a guy like Josh Jacobs. And now if we could get the whole band back together, the Devontae Adams, a healthy Michael Mayer, a healthy Josh Jacobs, Jacoby Myers, all we really need is a top quarterback and we're ready to rock. Give me Jaden Daniels, give me Caleb Williams, or even a Drake May. And I believe that this Raiders team is a playoff contender right off the bat. So that does it for this video, Raider Nation. Let me know how you guys feel. Do you want the Raiders to go after Russell Wilson? Like I said in my video all along, hell to the no. Stay away from this guy. This guy's a straight weirdo. He's not a team player. There's been plenty of stories coming out that he just doesn't mesh with his teammates. And that's something that I just don't want in Vegas. And that's something I know Antonio Pierce doesn't want around his organization. So that's it for this video. Till next time, Raider Nation. Peace.